Episode 9. How about consciousness is the biggest mystery? Close your eyes for just 5 seconds. No screens, no sounds, no distractions. Now ask yourself, who was listening to the silence? Not your ears, not your eyes, not even your thoughts, because somehow you were aware. But what exactly is awareness? Not where it happens, not which part of the brain creates it, but why it exists at all. After centuries of science, thousands of experiments, and billions of brains that have ever lived, humanity still doesn't know. So here's the greatest mystery of them all. How does a universe made of atoms become aware that it exists? Throughout this series, we've uncovered mysteries that quietly shape every moment of your life. We discovered that your brain keeps listening while you sleep. Your subconscious influences more than you realize. Your brain edits reality before you ever see it. It prepares decisions before you're aware of making them. It rewrites your memories, and it constantly predicts what comes next. But every one of those discoveries leads to a single, unavoidable question. Who is experiencing all of it? When you remember your childhood, who remembers? When you dream, who is dreaming? When you feel joy, who experiences happiness? When you ask yourself, who am I? Who is asking the question? This isn't just neuroscience anymore. It's one of the oldest questions humanity has ever asked, and perhaps the hardest one. Right now, as you read these words, there's probably another voice inside your mind. Not mine, yours. The one that silently reads every sentence. The one that argues with itself, plans tomorrow, replays yesterday, imagines impossible futures. But here's something strange. If you can hear that voice, then who is listening to it? Think about that. Your thoughts appear almost on their own. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're annoying, sometimes they arrive without invitation, yet somehow you're aware of them. It's almost as if your mind contains both, a storyteller and an audience. But are they really separate, or are they somehow the same? No brain scan has ever found a tiny person inside your head, watching your thoughts unfold. And yet, the experience feels undeniably real. For decades, scientists searched for a single location inside the brain where consciousness might exist. Surely, there had to be one control room, one command center, one place where the feeling of I was created. But the more neuroscience advanced, the more complicated the picture became. Different parts of the brain process vision, others process sound, others control movement, memory, emotion, language, attention. Each region performs extraordinary work, yet none of them, on their own, explain why experience feels like something, why seeing the color blue feels different from hearing music, why pain isn't merely information, but an experience. Scientists call this the hard problem of consciousness, not because it's impossible, but because explaining brain activity is one thing. Explaining subjective experience is something else entirely. We can measure electrical signals. We can watch neurons communicate. We can even predict certain choices, but no machine can yet explain why those signals become you. Over the years, researchers have proposed fascinating ideas. Some believe consciousness emerges when enough information becomes integrated across the brain. Others suggest it arises from networks that allow different brain regions to share information. Some philosophers argue consciousness may emerge naturally from complex biological systems. Others wonder whether our current understanding of physics is still incomplete. Every theory explains part of the puzzle. None explains all of it. And that's what makes consciousness so extraordinary. It's one of the few scientific mysteries where asking better questions may be just as important as finding answers. For perhaps the first time in history, the universe is trying to understand itself through us. Imagine standing beneath a sky filled with stars. Every atom inside your body was forged in ancient stars billions of years ago. The carbon in your cells, the oxygen you breathe, the iron flowing through your blood, all of it was born long before Earth even existed. Somehow, those same atoms eventually became living cells. Those cells became nervous systems. Those nervous systems became brains. And somewhere along that incredible journey, matter began asking questions. Not just existing, wondering. Not just surviving, understanding. The universe spent nearly 14 billion years creating galaxies, stars, planets, life. And eventually, a brain capable of asking, how? Perhaps consciousness isn't separate from the universe. Perhaps it's the universe looking back at itself. Maybe we've been searching in the wrong direction. Maybe consciousness isn't a thing hidden somewhere inside the brain. Maybe it's something that emerges whenever billions of neurons communicate in just the right way. Or maybe we're still missing a piece of the puzzle so fundamental that future generations will wonder how we ever overlooked it. History has humbled humanity before. We once believed the Earth was the center of everything. We once believed invisible germs couldn't exist. We once believed heavier-than-air flight was impossible. Perhaps our understanding of consciousness is at that same moment, standing at the edge of a discovery we haven't yet made. If there's one lesson this journey has taught us, it's this. The human brain isn't simply an organ. It's the most mysterious object we've ever encountered. It dreams, predicts, imagines, learns, remembers, questions, and somehow it becomes aware of itself. The deeper we looked, the fewer simple answers we found. Every mystery led to another. Every discovery opened a bigger door. Maybe that's not a failure of science. Maybe that's exactly what makes science beautiful. Because curiosity doesn't end with an answer. It evolves into a better question. This series began with a single word, how. How does your brain never truly sleep? How does your subconscious shape your life? How does memory change? How do decisions begin? How does the brain predict tomorrow? And finally, how does consciousness exist at all? Perhaps we'll answer these questions someday, perhaps we won't. But one thing is certain. The greatest frontier humanity has ever explored isn't hidden beneath the oceans or beyond the stars. It's the 3 pounds of living matter inside your own head. And maybe the greatest discovery you'll ever make isn't about the universe. It's about understanding yourself. Because every great discovery in history began with someone asking one simple question: how? Thank you for joining this journey. This is How About How. Stay curious.